Hello everyone and welcome to Blades in the Dark Cult. Thank you very much for joining us for an evening of some lovely crimes. My name is Tom, I use he, him pronouns, and I will be your Blade Master for tonight. For those of you who are new to Blades in the Dark, welcome to the city of Doskvol, a city of crime, ambition, and ghosts. Despite the best work of the city to drive the undead out, they have a nasty habit of turning up. But anyone who's feeling brave and a little bit criminal, why, they can rise to the top. The adventures you're about to see that of a, well, look at the title, it's a cult. The divine and the wicked coming together in this city. But let's waste no more time. Let us get to our sponsors and supporters, shall we?
Hello, my name is Evie, I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing who uses any pronouns. She is a foreign research student at Doskvol Academy, conducting research into shadows and how they interact with the undead. Also has a weird thing for jam. We'll see if it comes up and becomes plot relevant or not.
Hi, I'm Scarlett. I'll be playing Hag, who is the Whisperer. You have any issues with ghosts? She's the one to call. And obviously, she lives with two grannies who are amazing and knit everything. Jam! Oh no.
Hello there, my name's Josh, and I will be playing Wraith, the Spider. Wraith has come from a land far, far away and is currently in the process of hunting down a group known as the Faceless. Will he succeed? Will there be jam? We don't know. Let's find out.
Check out our sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for carefully crafted click-clack math rocks for use in your favourite TTRPGs. Phoenix Dice work with recycled goods, meaning their products and packaging are all made from sustainable materials. You can go to phoenixdice.com to check their entire selection.
Big love to our D20 Club on Patreon. They're great. You're wonderful. We love you so much. And they help us keep the kobolds in line, which is very important. They get up to all sorts of cheeky jam-related activities. Anyway, the D20 Club, they've created a fan Discord where you can come and chat about all things Roll Together. And they've created a wiki page to help you keep track of all of our stories, which you can find at rolltogether.fandom.com. You can join and be as cool as they are from as little as one of your local currencies per month by following the link in chat or in the description below.
You can find us on social media by searching Roll Together RPG or by following the links in chat or in the description below. And if you can't join us live and also want to see any of our previous episodes, you can catch up straight after on YouTube or your favourite podcast provider by searching Roll Together RPG.
Finally, we run queer-friendly tables and encourage and support trans and GNC players and characters in our games. Our players and DM may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own. We aim to avoid misgendering but acknowledge that it does happen. We welcome corrections and have a company policy in place for correcting people on pronouns. Check out Safety in Chat for content warnings and some of the safety tools that we use through the TTRPG Safety Toolkit.
It is about midnight, the best time for gatherings. All three of you have, done a little bit of crime before, but some of you are esteemed academics, other of you are business women, and some of you are, I wouldn't say thugs, that's not fair. You organise the thugs, you tell them where to go. But every one of you has been presented, as you were exiting your accommodation, with a note that told you to meet here at midnight, simply with the letter K. Those of you who might have more idea about the undergoings and the evilness that is in the city of Doskvol might have an idea who this is, but it's not good to turn down a mysterious note presented to you where people definitely know where you live. How punctual do each of you think you're going to be? Because this is going to be how we're introduced to our characters. Who do you think will be first?
I would probably be rather early, so I can scope out the situation to see who is around.
Josh, you are meeting on a street corner near one of the warehouses in the dockyard. Again, not a good place to meet, but there is a lamp lit by the whale oil. Now, the whale oil is the backbone of the city of Doskvol. One of the major exports is the whale oil, on the blubber that is taken from these terrible sea whales. So, you're there underneath a flickering light, and again, as we play the film noir game, as the light slightly catches, can you introduce us to your character and what they look like?
Well, what you see here is, that's not my voice, but what you see is a rather tall gentleman, probably 6'1", 6'2", wearing a rather large hood over his head that's got one of those sort of crow beak type bits to it, so it covers over the bridge of his nose. Probably see a little bit of tan on the skin, brown eyes, wearing rather nice looking leathers with various different buckles and straps all over him, with 2 daggers on his side and what looks to be a rather large sort of satchel with papers inside, and just standing not quite in the light, just sort of off to the side a bit so that the light is reflecting off of his hood and sort of shrouding his face in darkness so he can't be seen. But he's looking around.
Fair enough. I mean, again, mysterious meeting at midnight down at the docks. You don't want to be too obvious. That's very fair. Again, sort of like how early do you think you've arrived?
Probably, I'd say, I've been here for about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Oh.
I've been visible for the past 15 minutes. The rest of the time I've been lurking in the shadows, looking at who's going past, just to see if I can get a feel for anybody that I may know walking around, or a suspicious looking figure that might also be doing the same thing that I'm doing.
I tell you what, should we make the first roll of the game?
Oh,
now,
no.
Audience, so this is the fun thing. I don't get to call what the rolls are. So, Josh, would you like to tell me what you would like to roll?
Oh, now that is very good. So, I have to remember what each of these things do now.
I can explain things to you, as I will explain to the audience. Mostly because I've got a big book.
I'd tell you what, it would have been helpful if I'd actually had the big book to hand as well, but I forgot about it. Let's go with Hunt. Tell me, Blade Master.
Oh.
Is that the name?
Oh, I like that.
Oh.
What is the role?
So Hunt. Hunt would be if you were tracking a target. I would accept Hunt. Prowl is also if you were trying to be super sneaky.
I think Prowl would fit the situation, especially for the first hour and a half where I am trying to be super sneaky. So I'll go for Prowl. Please.
Okay. I will give you Prowl, and I will also, because the way that this works is I get to choose how difficult it's going to be. So let's say that this would be, because you've been standing around, risky. This isn't simple. This is risky. You know, you're not being the most hidden because you're like 2 hours, Josh. 2 hours.
I've been here a while.
Yeah.
What if you have to go pee?
Crowd's been and gone, just passing around.
Yeah.
So every now and then, just over the dock. So is that standard roll as well?
So that would be standard, and then risky will decide how things are going to go.
That's a 4.
Okay, so the way this works, 6 would be a big success. 4 is a success, but we've been kind of joking about this. You do need to pee at one point, which isn't the best. Again, I wouldn't say you do have to go and excuse yourself behind one of the warehouses. And when you come back, you get the feeling that something's changed. You don't quite know what, but there's like, But you didn't wet yourself, on the first roll of the game, and that's a boon for us all.
That's a bonus.
I'd say about this point, you do notice that there's someone else who has probably appeared while you've been round the back of the building, and that's the thing that's changed. Who's next?
Maybe me.
Fair enough.
Me.
Okay. Again, I realise we haven't actually. We'll get to names in a bit. So, Josh, as you come back, you notice you're standing in the light, and then Scarlett, how do you arrive? How sneaky you been?
Been pretty sneaky. I've been sticking to the side of warehouses. I haven't been walking right in the middle of the path. But otherwise, I'm just sort of standing there. Probably, if he suddenly appears, I'm just going to be staring.
That's it. That's exactly. But you come back and you're like, Josh, you're like, oh, I feel something's changed, and then you look up into the eyes, glowing there in the dark. Scarlett, will you describe what it is that Josh's character is currently staring at there in the shadows?
You see someone covered in knitted, lot of knitted layers, very comfortable, lots of scarves and knitted bits, and with a good couple of satchels and maybe some things hidden under the knitted things, but looks very comfortable. You will hear the occasional and obviously some sparkly goggles on my head.
Josh, there's something snotting at you across the road.
Keep an eye on the snot monster.
Yes.
What I can see, and dip into the shadows and just make it look like I'm just walking past as a pedestrian, and then circle back.
I noticed that.
I mean,
I'm staring at it.
Would you like to roll something, Scarlett?
I'd really like to roll if I can just see this person trying to hide from me while I'm staring at them.
What would you like to roll?
Would that be a hunt or a survey?
I would hunt would be you're tracking a target. Survey is observing the situation. So this is the nice thing about this game, because there's a lot of different options you can go with it. But up to you. What do you feel? Are you hunting this tall drink of water, or? I'm
just surveying.
Okay.
What they're doing.
Would you like to roll me a survey, please? I am going to actually. I mean, the general thing is risky. That's sort of the level you're at. Let's say risky as well, because you're just there snotting.
Lovely.
Interesting. Scarlett, would you like to announce to the table what you just got?
I got a 1! I got a 1!
Wow.
It's gone!
Yeah, you start audibly. Josh, you just hear squeaking of he's gone! He's left! Oh! To the extent that I think, you start doing the pedestrian thing, and then you kind of like walk back on yourself going, there's no need for subterfuge here. Whoever this is a fool. They better not.
Mounted into the building.
Just got to go right into their face and just go. And just blend back into the shadows.
Scarlett, take 1 stress for the terror of someone just appearing. Again, you, without getting too much into your character, you've spent some time with ghosts. A ghost. A ghost. That's exactly what happens. So Josh's character comes sort of like waves, and you spend your time like going,
wait.
And I will give it to you, Josh, that you are able to just disappear into the shadows. You're just it's It's not even a difficult stealthy thing. Whoever this is just doesn't. They better not be coming on the mission with you. That's all you can think.
I can see that I'm going to have some fun with this person.
Absolutely.
So as I sneak back into the shadows, you see it.
Oh God, Scarlet, they're laughing at you.
Oh
The
God!
ghost-
Bloody ghost! Bloody ghost!
And as the bells chime midnight, the third and final member of this party arrives. Evie, how are you arriving?
Actually been here the entire time, just no one's noticed me.
And Evie, she's been here the entire time.
I've seen this whole thing.
Are you making any effort to reveal yourself at this point?
Nope, I've just got big NPC energy, checking my watch, tying my shoelace on the street corner.
Evie has been in a loop. Like an NPC loop. If anyone had come to talk to her, she would have said, I'm excited for the carnival next week, and only that. Perfect. the NPC loop. I mean, for the sake of us, do you want to describe a little bit of what you look like?
I am an NPC.
Yep.
Just completely plain, just completely ordinary looking. Almost like you can't focus too hard on their face because it just seems to blur out. You look away and you completely forget what they look like again. But when you are looking, you do see that they are about 5'5", kind of androgynous. You can't really discern any kind of gender identity, and kind of like beige trousers and a cardigan, and like big with a turtleneck as well, but big staring eyes that just don't seem to blink.
We don't have the animation budget for blinking. It's fine. They're just a person. Just a person. checking their
Regular
watch.
person.
Yep, regular
Occasionally
person.
T-poses.
Occasionally just... Audience, I'd like you to picture that while this thing with the ghost is happening, Evie's character is just in the background, just T-posing, and then going back to like, oh, I'm eating an apple. There's nothing in their hands. There's nothing there. There's nothing for you to see. So, again, as I said, the fact that you are just so plain, you don't have to roll. It's, Josh, it's a little bit disappointing that you didn't pick up on this, but this is on you. You should,
Yeah, all on you.
And to be fair, gesturing to Scarlet, that's very distracting. So, as I said, midnight chimes, the bells ring, and a carriage pulled by massive goats trundles up. A door is pushed open, and just sort of, it's just open. It's just an open door. What do any of you want to do?
See if there's anybody inside.
Did you get up to look closer?
Yeah, I'll go up a little bit closer, keeping an eye on the snot monster behind me. I think it's a ghost.
Yeah, that makes
Characters
perfect
following
sense.
quite closely behind. I don't know if you noticed, but it's just kind of saunter, casual.
I probably won't notice.
I'm trying to remember which is that horror film about the thing that just follows. Is it follows?
It follows.
Yeah.
Evie's character is it following just down the road. Okay, Josh, you look in. On the left side, there is a man, very large, bald man, quite dark skin, but he's, I'm trying to remember what the condition is, but where he has patches of like lighter skin, as shaved head, sort of just sitting there, large trench coat, just looking at you. On the other side, there is a very refined looking woman in a large dress, little hat, green, her hair, red hair pinned up. Josh, does your character know anything about the Doskvol underworld?
Dips his fingers into a few pies. Fertiligo is the name of that condition.
Okay, Fertiligo. Thank you. Good pub quiz knowledge there. Just for me to drop that on you. Do you want to make a roll of any kind to work out who this persons are?
Yes, I would. Study, because I would have studied the underworld at points within the city. I like to for the audience, I am playing the Spider playbook, so I have a bit of an underground network of webs myself. Might not be.
You might have heard.
You might have heard of them. What sort of role would it be? Blade Master? I'm sticking with it now.
I can't turn it down. It's too good for me. I think. Did you say study?
Yes, please.
I think study is a good one.
Risky, controlled, desperate, or a fortune roll?
Oh, interesting. How many questions do you think you've been asking around about? Especially, have you been asking questions about this note?
Not about the note. No, I know when I get given mysterious notes not to go digging too much and more go and see what it's about.
I would say it's still risky because if you'd pushed it too far, it would have been desperate. But yeah,
that is a 6.
Oh, you definitely know who this is. The guy on the left, his name is Biho, and he is intense. Never speaks. Some say that he lost his tongue in a bet with the devil himself, and then managed to fistfight the devil back. And the lady on the right is known simply as Serpent. You could pry deeper and try and work out what her real name is, but you know that would not be appreciated. The fact that Biho does not use an alias kind of tells you what a dangerous guy this is. But Serpent is actually, as opposed to the Rooks or the Red Sashes, a relatively decent employer. She is mostly used for fencing. Things go through her, they go out the other side. No one needs to know. So, it's not the best thing that you've been summoned to the docks at midnight to being brought in, but it could have been a lot worse.
As somebody who also uses an alias, fully respect the name Serpent. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to look and go, I was wondering when I was going to get to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you, Rafe.
Pleasure's all mine. Would you like to come out, or shall I come in?
Shall we, And she's got, like, a little book, like a little, sort of, like, shuts it, puts it in her. No, let's take a ride. And then, then looks to Scarlet, and then slightly gets a head tilt looking over Scarlet's shoulder at the nondescript character behind. Just...
Will it just be us, or are we waiting for some others?
No, just you three.
3? Turn around.
You turn around. What? The ghost's still there, and the generic
NPC that seems to be following me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, I'll climb in.
You climb in. Evie's character just not even ungainly clambers, just manages to move around and climbs in. Scarlet.
Evening. Gets in. Sits next to Biho. All right.
Gives you the sup. Biho, as I said, is very big, so it's taking up most of the seat inside. Serpent reaches up, taps, and the cart starts off. Right. So, pleasure to finally, pleasure to meet you all. Rafe, I know you by reputation. And Scarlet points at your character, and you, my dear, what name are you going by tonight?
Hag will do. It works.
The book's out. Hag. And our esteemed friend here?
I'm just happy to be included.
just happy to be included. You know, you just see like a question mark appearing. Like, it's just nice to be out of the house, isn't it? It's just.
I imagine as the ink goes down, it begins to smear a little bit. It becomes a little bit illegible.
Absolutely. What? She does write down "just happy to be here," and it is now just a blur. She looks at it, looks up, and is like, "All right then. Okay, let's get down to business then. I have heard of the reputation of you three. Very simply, you will be gate crashing a party tomorrow night over in Brightstone. You all know, no matter how long you've been in the city, Brightstone is where the hoity-toity live. It's full of manors and parks, and it's just very, very much so. You are, again, sort of like, she hesitates, not because she's uncomfortable, but she's just trying to work out I need an item from the home of one Roland Watts. Now, actually, I'll tell you what. Does anyone want to make some form of roll? I would even argue, Evie, you might be able to have a bit of a thing here. Come here.
I will make a roll.
Yeah.
So, because it is who people are, it'd probably be study, right?
Yes.
I have a dot in study.
That's perfect.
What does that mean I roll?
So, if you have one dot, that means you roll 1d6, 2. If you have no dots, you roll 2 dice and take the lowest.
Cool. Okay, let's see what we get. That's a 5.
Okay, 5. 5 for study. Amazing. Okay. Roland Watts. He's a rich man. He's very rich. He's known for throwing elaborate parties, and he's known for getting interesting artifacts. He's the sort of person who, if we are taking from our timeline, as the Victorians would buy mummies just to show off, and then often eat the mummies. He's that kind of rich and terrible. Yeah. Yes. So I think, Evie, it's weird just calling you your real name. It's like, I can't give away what your actual names are. Yes, in your studies, you would have come across as some of the books that you might have been interested in reading, and especially like in the paperwork that you've been doing, where this name turns up, and it has been that thing that let's say a trunk from an archaeologist should have been coming towards you, and then all of a sudden, oh no, Roland Watts got it, because he hears that there's something interesting inside, like there's a rolled up piece of paper or a bit of a painting. Here's a I was trying to say a very rude word there. He's not a nice guy, but very, very rich.
In which case, at the mention of his name, Norm's eyes kind of narrow a little bit. They don't quite blink, and then just a tongue comes out and just wets them a little bit.
Just you're back in. You two, I don't know if you pick up on that. I don't know where your focus is at. Norm, I definitely think that you catch Serpent clocking that, but there isn't a reaction. It's as if you go, yep, that's what they do.
Yep.
Yes, one of our, as I said, a series of fine artifacts are coming to the party tomorrow. Mr. Watt wants to show off, to be able to have his fancy friends admire all of the things that he has bought. And my employer, and if you agree to this heist, your employer is willing to pay particularly well. In fact, has also put in an extra little, let's say, a little sweetener to the deal. You're each allowed to take as much as you can fit in your pockets, but they want the artifact unaffected, tidy, not simple, smash and grab. We want, again, points to Rafe. You are an expert at planning these sort of things. Points to Scarlet's character. You will be able to be dealing with the ghost, which, again, has not been mentioned to this point. And then points to Norm and goes, and you, I think, might find extra things of interest to fit in your pockets there. Also, you get to take down our friend Roland. So, how does that sound?
Too good to be true. What is the artifact?
The host, like, She reaches back into her notepad and passes to Norm a picture. It is of a mask. Again, this is not coloured in. It looks like it could possibly be either a fox or a dingo, markings around. Norm, as a more academic, would you say you know much about artifacts?
No, I knew enough to get me through undergrad.
Do you want to go diving back into the hours
Sure.
spent in the life? Yeah,
Maybe I wrote an essay on it in my second year. Who knows?
Who knows?
It was undergrad. It's a haze.
It's just you did the freshers, and then we into the undergrad. Cool.
It's one of those old early 90s TV series where it was, oh yes, I studied about this last week.
I've been reading. Nowadays, it's like, I listened to a podcast about this
yesterday. Coincidence.
Okay, what would you like to roll?
Ooh, I'm having a look through. And I don't know what many of the things do myself.
Feel free to ask.
Well, what would you suggest for recalling very niche knowledge?
So their study consort, I would say, would be a thing of you going, I don't know what this is now, but I could possibly go talk to someone once we're done. Even sway, where you could just be like, hey, what the fuck is this?
I probably couldn't. I'm gonna try. So, what would you describe the skill of finesse as?
Ooh, finesse. Finesse would be, it's more sort of like sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. So, would you consider flipping through my study notes very quickly to try and find an entry to this, to try and finesse my bibliography?
I love it. I'm gonna say yes, because I love the idea of you being like, oh yeah, no, that's really
Okay, I've got 2 dots in this.
Perfect. So you get to roll 2 dice.
Cool. And then I just I take the highest one.
Yes.
Cool. 6.
This is the mark of the kitsune, which is a bizarre. It's not a Doskvol demon, but there is talk of the lands across the seas out there somewhere that this thing was probably either, as I said, a devil or a god. Definitely powerful, and definitely what's the technical term for this? Haunted as shit. Yeah.
Evie have played enough Call of Cthulhu to see where this is going.
I don't know what you're talking about, Evie. I think that everything's on the up and up. Just go get me the spooky mask, will you?
Sure, I see no problem with this.
Norm says, staring out the window. Everything seems fine.
Everything's fine. It just hasn't unlocked blinking yet.
No.
It's just the licks.
Yeah, I mean, again, it takes too much animation points. Yeah.
It probably just looks up and says, "Ah, the kitsune."
The kitsune.
Powerful figure indeed.
Yes, as both of us mirror each other doing the hand motions with the servant and just Norm. Scarlett, would you like to make a study roll or something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I would. A tune wouldn't be able to help me if it's a spoopy thing. A tune wouldn't help me, would it?
A tune would be like you opening your mind to the ghosts.
I heard not a customers.
Actually, it's going to be. If you want to do that, I'm going to say that's dangerous because you're opening it up, but that could work. That's.
I don't want. I don't want to invite anything too terrible right now.
So when you had loads of snot coming out of your nose earlier, it wasn't snot. It was just ectoplasm from where you tried to hide and use a ghost to help.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's normal.
You want me to help you? There you go. No one can see you now.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Jeff. I'd just go for a study, I think.
Yeah.
No. Will that be risky or controlled?
I say controlled because this is just you thinking. You hear a name and then there's not any. Also, the fact that Norm just very much went, "It's this," you know.
Okay.
Want exposition? Norm's your NPC. NPC PC.
Yeah, NPC PC. I'm just going to keep sending you things, Evie, and go, say this. his plot.
I only got a 2.
Okay. So, that's not a 1.
It's not a 1.
And
Math.
I don't think it's worth you pushing it. You think, well, that certainly does sound like something. Absolutely. The ectoplasm is dripping down your layers. It's again, you didn't pack your handkerchief, which you are told, which
Constantly.
Yeah. Well, Edna says to you.
She's going to be so mad at me.
Edna is going to
again.
be. Edna is going to be very mad that you went out without your pocket handkerchief, especially at midnight.
But I put extra layers on, Edna. God.
Are you going to rub your nose on the scarf? No, you just rub it. You rub it on your sleeve.
What is your sleeve just going to end up all crusted over by the end of this?
I hate to break it to you, it already is.
Yeah, it's already slightly.
Again, we've all seen Ghostbusters, and we know what a sliming looks like.
Just the one arm.
Hag's arm is just slowly getting its.
Don't pay too much attention to it.
You just hear a, and you look up, and Beho's just like.
Have you got a hanky I can borrow?
It again cramped, so this very large. Pulls out a yes, just.
Oh, thank you.
There you go. Hands you. It is white and clean and has a little BH in the corner.
Thanks, mate. You're my favourite.
I like the insinuation that his name is B, last name Ho.
Yep.
He's just a Ho.
His middle name's A.
Albert.
How did you know that?
Ghosts told me.
Tell me about the big man.
What's the preferred method of entry into this place? Would you like us to sneaky sneak, or would you like us to pose as guests? Is it a masked event? Is it suit tie?
Well,
that sort of stuff.
there is a guest list, of course. I think that's rather up to you, though. So, as Josh conveniently gets the plot going, we do indeed start planning the heist. So, there are 6 possible ways of doing this, according to the game. There's an assault, which is to do violence. There's deception, which is to do a trickery. There's stealth, which is to do a creepy. There's occult, which is to do a different form of creepy. There's social, which is to negotiate your way in. Or there's transport, in which you use transport to possibly carry someone in. Team. This party is tomorrow at sundown. You've got basically, if it's midnight, you have, let's see, you've got about, 18 hours. Yeah, so like we say sun goes down about 6 p.m. So that is the thing. How do you want to do this, knowing that everything is going to change the moment you get near there? And what would you like to start doing to prepare yourself for the heist of the century, where everything is fine?
I mean, are we planning this in the cart, or are we going to go somewhere to plan it?
You can, I think Serpent again taps and goes, right, you have your orders, now go. We will be able to collect you and get the artifact. If she gives you a location, which is another, again, actually, it's Rafe, it's the warehouse which you went to go make use of earlier.
I peed up the wall of the warehouse that we need to go to. Okay.
If that's how you help remember where you need to do your drop, then marvelous.
Call it that when someone's just peed there.
It's like following the scent of the territory I've marked.
Oh.
No, you say that, and Serpent just goes, "You I like." Just that again. That's sort of like we both do the little nod of like sup. Beho reaches over to Hag and kind of gestures, "I don't need the handkerchief back."
I'll have it cleaned and I'll give it back. All right, I'll have it cleaned.
And then Doskvol points at you, nods. Rafe, no one has pointed at you yet.
I hold my hand up for a high five, probably to be ignored.
Who are you holding it up to?
The general, high five to the room.
Does anyone want?
I want some attention.
Your hand comes back very slightly sticky. Yes.
Yes, human contact.
Finally, after all these years.
It's all I ever wanted. Okay.
Mission completed.
So, as I said, there's multiple ways. How you know that you're going to be meeting at the house at sundown. You know that the drop point is here at the warehouse. You can go somewhere else. Doskvol is a 24-hour city. There's going to be a tavern. There's going to be somewhere. It's also a city of criminals. So if you basically said, "Hey, we need a room to discuss some stuff," people were like, "You didn't even need to say discuss stuff. We don't care.
We need a room."
All right. I think you've mistaken me for someone who gives a shit. Room up the back. The bartender, who was just suddenly appeared, just sort of gives Hag a look as like,
I mean, it's good that he doesn't give a shit, because then that means we, less likely to be. Yeah, okay.
The bartender is now just. Again, just to Norm and like.
I like to think that Norm is a regular here, but is never paid because gets forgotten about as soon as the drink is there.
Oh, Norm.
That's the point. All three of you, what are you ordering?
is the most NPC of drinks?
Just something bland.
Just... I was going to say just a vodka, but that's going quite hard. It's an ale.
It's an ale. It's... Again, for an NPC, we're like, boy, I love ale. It's... It's weird, because this place does not do tankards, but for some reason Norm gets handed a traditional tankard with the handle. Yeah, again, just that perfect gesture, like...
I'm back in the NPC loop.
Yep. As Norm goes off to the room. You two, what's you ordering?
Sherry. Got any sherry?
All right. Pours you a slightly dusty bottle of sherry. Merry Christmas. Weird, because we don't
My
have...
tiny glass.
Yeah, you've got a tiny snifter of sherry. Rafe, what do you want?
Water.
You are given water. It is clear that the bartender, who has not liked you very much, is giving you... You are being judged, but to be honest, considering that you're going on a big heist in about 15 hours, good to keep your head clear. But I'm just going to say that you have an enemy bartender. There you go.
Oh.
Easy to get on the bad side of a bartender.
Oh, yeah.
I swear.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I won't be ordering drinks here again.
I was going to say, Evie, what's the name of the bar?
Ooh. The name of the bar. What's a good name for a bar? I was going to say the Barman's Bar, but that's terrible. That's the worst name ever.
He's so uppity. That's why he sucks.
Which could be interesting. Welcome to the Barman's Bar. I'm the barman. I'm happy to put it down as that, because I just love it as just going, there's a reason people don't come here. Terrible service, and also, that's not a name.
Next on the list was Extraplasm.
Extraplasm. Extraplasm.
Oh, Phantasmal Arms.
The Phantasmal. Welcome to the Phantasmal Arms.
There we go.
There you go.
Give me a moment to think and I can get one.
Although I do still... Barman's Bar is down on the list at the next...
That's what he tells everyone it is.
So, yes, the Phantasmal Arms. You're in your room at the back. So, the way that a heist will work is that we'll have like a generic... You'll be saying, okay, we're doing it social. We do not need to talk about what the plan is, because the plan happens while you are doing it. So, as I said, do you want to go in with violence, deception, stealth, the occult, social, or transport?
I am leaning towards deception or social.
Deception, maybe?
Can't do a mix.
Yeah, you absolutely can. It's just sort of the way the game works. We're like, this is the overall thing. I think I would happily say, should we say deception with a social bent? So you're telling lies, but also if you want to dress up, then you can.
Needs an excuse to dress up. Come on.
Yes, for a deception. Amazing. So, as you said, you have... this is a point where you get to decide there's like a missing piece of information which you get to work on. And that could basically be that's you gathering information. So each of you has basically a turn to go off and work on one part of the plan. You know, are you going to go talk to someone? Are you going to try and get in with a member of the staff? Are you going to try and get a plan of the house? Are you going to try and do a guided tour around the house like it's the National Trust? I point out that what you do know is that there's going to be a lot of people there. You know that the mask is haunted as shit, which again is the technical term. Yes, so if there's anything you want to get sorted first, or so again, the way this game works is that you have flashbacks. So this is going to be back to this time. So say you have broken into the room and you're like, oh, I would have hidden a weapon in the tree outside. We can flash back to this moment where you're over there at the table drinking your water, going, I'm going to hide a weapon, and we'll see how that goes. So, as I said, if any of you've got a plan of something you want to start setting up now, or we can flash back to this moment later. See how you feel.
I have something.
Yes. Hag.
I would like to try and commune with a ghost that knows that house.
A very interesting idea. So, would you like to make me a attune roll, please?
Jeez.
Shall we keep that as... Let's say it's risky.
Okay. And it's standard effect?
Yes. Let's say standard. Just...
Two and a one, because I've got 2 dots.
Yes. So you get
I roll rubbish today.
You get a 2. Who are you trying to summon? What's their name?
Old Bob.
Old Bob.
Old Bob.
You have gone back to your shop.
Oh.
Edna, who is the front. For those of you who don't, well, why would you know? The scam that Hag runs is basically to be a psychic or a medium. Edna, a very small lady in a little shawls, will sit there going, ooh, I can see a spirit. She can't see nothing. It's Hag, hiding behind, pulling levers, lighting things. So, as we come back, Edna spends about 20 minutes just, look at your lovely cardigan. You got it covered in ghost.
Yeah, I know. Look, I have at least 5 other cardigans. Okay. Look,
Okay. It's gonna be a nightmare to clean.
I'm sorry. Okay.
She's just sort of like tugging at it. Okay, I'll go put a wash on. Weirdly, this little old lady is kind of takes the cardigan off you.
Thank you, Edna.
You're welcome, my dear.
Mm-hmm.
So, Hag, you are sitting. Where will you go to commune with the dead?
I could go into my setup room where Edna goes, but that's too cliche, and all of the symbols and stuff on are a load of rubbish. So I normally just go and sit on my bed, on my crappy little single bed that's shoved in the corner.
You go sit down on your crappy little bed. You take, again, how do you tune? What's your process?
I will have to put my glasses back on in a second because I can't see anything. I put my goggles on. Yeah. And I just take a deep breath and I sit and I concentrate. That's all I need to do.
You concentrate, you focus. There are, again, as you open your eyes, there are various sort of ectoplasmic balls and mists moving around. So one starts forming up. How can we help you?
All right. Got a heist to do in a big house.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice, yeah. It's Roland Watts. Do you know this? Do you know this guy? He's a prick, probably.
Yeah, prick.
Yeah, proper prick.
Probably.
Do you know the house?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about it?
Yeah. What will you give me?
What do you want?
You feel mist coming out of your mouth. More of that. Hag, you know that what ghosts want more than anything is life force, and this thing is just very slowly.
None of that. None of that. Because I have a special lightning rod stick, don't I, to like a ghost if they get too uppity.
Do you want to?
I threaten. I'm like,
Right.
I can get you some more from the house. Yeah.
Starts forming it. A very sort of weaselly looking man. The left side of his face carved in as if something is smashed. You can get me more.
At the house, obviously.
All right. It's very risky to kill people, though, isn't it?
Well, not necessarily kill. I'll make sure they're alone so you can do the job if you want.
The only human mouth smile. All right then.
Yeah.
Make a deal. Ghostly hand reaching out. Oh.
Watch yourself. All right. Verbal agreement, mate. Verbal agreement.
We got to shake on it.
Oh, God. Don't get creepy.
As you touch ice and hand marks on your own, you are now marked by old Bob here, and basically you're under a contract. You're gonna give him some life force, otherwise. I mean, it's a 2. He hasn't actually given you much useful information. He said he knew the house, and he
Bob.
So there you go. You hopefully. Are you planning that he's just going to turn? He's tethered to you now. He's going to come. He's going to come with. But yeah, good times.
Yeah.
Always good idea to make deals with ghosts.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm not the nicest person going, and I run a scam. So it's fine.
So you now hopefully have a guide who's going to lead you through the house.
Yep.
Anyone else?
I would like to use consort
Ooh.
to try and persuade some of my contacts to try and get some names on the guest list. 3 completely fake names, but using my ability to make fine cover identities,
Ooh.
I will make some IDs for us if they are needed.
I think that is very good. I think that is going to technically be 2 rolls.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be consort to get the names, and then that's going to be it might be tinker. I know. I mean, unless you can. Again, I realise I shouldn't be telling you what you need to roll, but unless you can think of anything else of how you could try consort again to see if someone's going to make you these things. But
Yeah. I'll do.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that twice.
Okay. Roll me the first consort.
Okay, I'll use consort to get my contacts to get our names on, and then go find somebody to make forgeries.
Amazing.
Risky.
Yes, I would say that. Actually, I might even push it up because this is actually no. Let's keep it risky. You're not quite desperate yet. Your back ain't against the wall.
That's a 3
Okay.
for the getting our names on the party list.
Right. Interesting. Okay. You go and talk to one of your friends, someone who moves up in the higher echelons, and they are able to give you the names. Their names, they are the Rompster triplets.
The Rompster triplets.
The Rompster triplets. There is there's Augustus Rompster, there's Harrison Rompster, and then there is Flemp. That's a good. So you
No
August.
favourites being played with names.
Well, you know, I think August is a good name, and Harrison, and I don't know. What about for your father? What, Flemp? Yes, Flemp. Flemp Romster.
Flempy.
I 100% know who I'm giving the Flemp identity to.
There you go. You and because it's a free, that's again, that's bad. It's but you've got the names. You got the names. uh, actually, I tell you what. I think I'm going to keep because that was the free. That's the thing. You are told here are the tickets. There you go. Those. So that will get you in. That's fine.
Yeah.
You get to be the triplets.
Well,
Norm.
that's both roles then. I don't need to roll again then.
No.
Yeah, cool.
That's great. Norm.
You mentioned guided tours.
Yes.
I assume there are regular guided tours throughout this lovely place.
Round the water state.
Yes.
Yes.
I would like to join one and surreptitiously try and find where most valuable things might be hidden and also stash a couple items, including but not limited to pots of jam, just in various locations.
First of all, always need some jam on the mission. That's
Never know when it'll come in useful.
Yes. I would say it's not too difficult to get yourself on a guided tour of this place. You are with mostly school children who are school children and are bored, and the tour guide is going around there and going, of course, when Mr. Watt managed to get hold of this lovely painting of the great whale, if you look here, you can see the great battle, which is... I would say, Norm...
Too boring, are they my cousin?
They look at you and their eyes... Game represented, game recognized game. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So, you have been taken around, and you can see that there are staff starting to prepare the great ballroom where this party is going to be. But you're staying away from the party preparing but they still need to show you the great paintings. So I would say, what would you like to roll in order to go hide some things?
There isn't a saunter, unfortunately.
It should be. It really should be.
There should be. I would argue maybe a prowl.
Prowl. Yes, being sneaky.
Yeah, being sneaky, just you know, just in the most boring way possible, sticking to the shadows, just like, I wonder what's over here. I wonder if the loo is round here anywhere. But not saying that too loudly, just if someone passes by, just say, oh, look at the loo.
You see someone, like, carrying a giant ice whale. Right, just, would you like to roll for that?
I would. That's a 6. I have rolled nothing below a 5.
Norm, whatever God believes in Norm, is smiling down today. Yes, I will even go so far as to say you don't need to say now, but during the heist, I will give you basically a token to be able to go, cool, I have hidden not only a pot of jam, but a, let's say, smallish item, maybe a weapon, I will give that to you for free for a 6.
Excellent. Do I get any kind of feel of where, like, the big booty is hidden? That was phrased horribly.
No. You want to know about the big bougie? Yes. You get the feeling that there is, again, because your cousin's like, obviously we would take you out into the green wing, but that's where they're storing all the beautiful objects for tonight's party. So the main party is going to be here in, like, the banqueting hall, and they're off to the east. There's the green wing, which has various other... Basically, it's where the artifacts are going to be kept and then brought in to be... so everyone can go, ooh, it's lovely. You don't get to see the kitsune mask. And weirdly, that doesn't seem to be the thing that people are... like, again, as you're wandering around going, I just can't find the toilet. Where such a big house, where are all the toilets? You get the feeling that there are, like... there's like a suit of armor, which people are more like, oh yeah, because, you know, haunted. And then everyone's like, so much is haunted here. It's not exciting. Yeah, so it's almost like either what is not advertising the mask, or it's not the main thing, sort of, which might make it a little bit easier to steal rather than having all the spotlights on it. But yeah, so you managed to have a bit of an idea of the layout of this party tonight. Oh, right. And now here is the exciting bit where we get to do a roll to decide how this is going to go. So this is a fortune roll. I get to roll this. But we get to decide we add more or less dice. So, is this plan particularly bold or daring? What do you think, party?
Yes, because we have to pretend to be these beautiful names.
What do you got against Femp?
I said it's a beautiful name. Lovely name.
So that's an extra d6. Does the plan detail expose the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? You're going into this man's house.
Yeah.
Another d6. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight for this operation?
A spoopy ghost.
Spoopy ghost, another d6. I will then roll, and let's see how this is going to go. So, my friends, the night is upon us. You have donned your various beautiful clothes, and let's see how this is going to.
I'm gonna say when I give out the tickets, I'm gonna give the phlegm one to Scarlett's character, whose name's Hag. There we go, to Hag. And then I'm gonna say to Norm, would you like Augustus or Harrison?
Well, I think Augustus sounds a bit exciting for me, so I'll go with Harrison.
Okay.
Augustus
over.
is
Josh.
Flemp.
Got a cousin called Flem. Strong name.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
Good. It's a good name for good people. And Harrison. So, with the fortune dice rolled, wow, that certainly happened, did it not? Such lovely crimes. Now, if you have enjoyed what we've put out for you here this evening, you'll find us playing Dungeons and Dragons at Roll Together RPG. That's Mondays and Tuesdays, 6 p.m. UK time, and on Fridays we play other TTRPGs, such as Blades in the Dark. Now, all our shows can be found at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg, and you can find all of our content archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg. There are podcast versions of all our shows available, where all good podcasts are available. Simply search for Roll Together RPG. Now, massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. I can't do the heart symbol, but I do adore every single one of you. Now, there's a link in the chat if you feel like you want to join these fine folks by donating one of your local currency, which, as we have well established in the world of Dungeons & Dragons, is worth 1 goat. We'll be absolutely delighted to join you. As previously mentioned, they made us a Discord, they made us a wiki. They are top. Thank you very much to our supporters and our sponsors. Don't forget, if you search on social media, we are Roll Together RPG. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and don't let the blue coats catch you.